Yo, 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 what it do, what it do? Hey, we know you should saw that fresh new intro. Wasn't that shit sick? Well, we couldn't agree more, guys.
Right, we just collaborated with our boy Omar at Sun City Vibes to help create an intro that would take our podcast to the next level. Do you need help with your video editing and content creation to help elevate your business to the next level? Well, Sun City Vibes has you covered without a doubt.
Yeah, that's right, guys. Whether it's a logo reveal, a music video, drone footage, or even t-shirt printing, guys, hit up Sun City Vibes for quality work and affordable price. Shit, Omar even made us a sick ass hat. Look at this.
It's a fresh ass hat.
Fresh.
Shit's fresh.
Fresh.
So yeah, guys, go help support those that support us and hit up our boy Omar and tell him Chris and Misa sent you from the podcast and help support a local El Paso business today. Let's go. Yeah. 3, 2, 1. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast. Today is Saturday. It is July 24th. It is approximately 6:03 in the PM on a hot, beautiful evening here in El Paso, Texas. As always, guys, co-host of the podcast, Mr. Misael is here with us. Say what's up to the podcast, man.
Yo, 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 what it do, what it do, what it do?
Today we are flying without a producer, but it's okay. We have beer or blue or beer. we have Blue, our beer man. He's here today, so you know these babies are ice cold. And also, guys, for episode number 86, we have two special guests with us. We have Kam and Iggy from the Counselor and the Con podcast. They're joining us today. Say what's up to the podcast, guys.
We got a standing ovation here. That's badass. What's up, guys?
Hey, everybody. Glad to be here. Thanks so much for having us.
Hell yeah, guys. Thank you for sliding through.
It's been a while. We've been trying to plan this shit for a while.
It has been a minute.
And now it's happening. And
great things take time, man. Great things take time. So, guys, thank you for being here today. Blue, thank you for being here. Misa, Kam, Iggy, thank you all for taking time out of your day to join us for this episode, guys. Make sure you guys are following us on Facebook, liking us on Instagram, YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and Apple Podcasts, leave us a rating and a review. So, guys, we have the two special guests, like we said. We're going to get into their podcast. We're going to ask them about it. We're also going to get into them in general. But you guys know what time it is. We can't start a podcast without our tradition of cracking our
Hold on. Let's pass
He's trying to get in on this. Okay, so I'm going to keep
I might as well. I mean,
Kam too? Okay, there she goes. All right, guys. So this is the cracking of the celebratory beer.
Oh, shit. Okay.
It usually sounds like this. Cheers to everyone for being here, guys. Thank you. Like I said, everybody who's in the building, we appreciate it.
Blue, cheers. Thanks.
I'm going to indulge.
I like how everybody's drinking beer and I'm drinking seltzer.
It's okay.
Somebody's got to be responsible.
Right. Somebody has to take care of this whole fucking operation because we're going to get into
what kind of seltzer is it, by the way?
This is actually Bud Light Platinum Seltzer, so it's 8% alcohol instead of the typical 4.5 to 5%.
Damn.
So we're the responsible
should pay me for that, by the way.
Right. We're drinking water and Kam's getting her actual fucking drink on. So
right, you want to get drunk if you're with me.
But keep it real, man. She's drinking seltzers because she could afford it. We're drinking Bud Light because it's our bag. This is with a bush cord, homie.
This is how you show economic class and status by the beers you're drinking. So anyways, Mr. Iggy, tell the podcast audience who might not know who you are a little bit about yourself. And then after that, Kam, if you could do the same thing, please.
Yeah, I'm Iggy, man. I was born in Mexico, raised in El Paso. I've been doing comedy for 10 years. I do a bunch of other shit too, man. The podcast is one of them. I do a podcast with a lawyer because that's the only way I could talk to a lawyer for free. Technically, that's why I did it. Talk to a lawyer for free.
I was thinking because you need one all the time, but yeah.
Yeah, but I do a bunch of other shit, man. Like I do work with at-risk kids and shit like that.
Nice.
I'm that dude, man.
He's a good guy.
I'm that dude.
Trust me, I have a lot of accolades. I don't want to fucking brag.
Okay, that's cool.
Not any longer.
I also drink beer.
Anyway.
I also drink beer. At 6 p.m. and shit.
I love your fresh cut too. It looks nice, dude. So
nice
thank you for being here.
Dude, I have an afro. If you go like this, you can feel that shit.
A miniature.
Can you hear in the mic?
Kam, so go ahead. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So my name is Kam Nichols, and I am an attorney at law. I've been practicing for a number of years that we won't talk about because it might lead you to know my age, which I will not tell you. So
even if you ask.
Not even if you ask. It's like it's even worse than asking a lady her weight. You don't do it.
Right. Let's just say 2 years.
But yeah. 2 years I've been practicing law.
Right.
Yes. So typically I don't do the comedy scene other than as a spectator. I love to go to open mics and to shows and things like that. But I try to at least have a good time on our podcast. So that's my outlet.
Right. Nice. That's what's up. So your podcast is called The Counselor and the Con, and it's actually a true crime podcast.
Who's who?
It's a true crime comedy podcast,
Yeah, so
right?
who's who in this
I want to know
situation?
who's who.
Right. So I'm the con. No, like every attorney. No, I'm just kidding. No,
Iggy
obviously.
does look like a 3-time felon, dude.
I went to Harvard Law School, by the way. I drove by there, but I went.
Right. So yeah, on our podcast, we talk about all things crime, but we try to put it in a way that's, kind of humorous and where we have a good time with it. We're not trying to, belittle victims or, make fun of the criminal process, but let's face it, there's a lot of funny shit that goes down in the crime world.
Right. Of course. And then true crime podcasts are like the most, to me, they're like the most popular fucking podcasts out there, or like the most popular genre, because there's so many of them. And then people love serial killers and like crime and shit. I don't know. Like, it's a weird like fascination that I have, because I also like podcasts or like YouTube shows that are based on like living in prison and shit. I don't know. I'm like fucking super interested. Yeah, shit like that.
It's something Chris always wanted to be when he grew up.
And like I've like
criminal.
Right.
Just,
I've been to jail. I've been to jail one time and I was like, I'm good. I was like, I'd rather watch this shit on YouTube. Fuck this.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like it's cool that you guys started this podcast in the realm of true crime. Iggy, what is your like role in that show, in the podcast?
I want to say I'm the comedic relief, but Cam's funny. Eh? Cam,
He's a criminal.
and you know what? We're only a couple episodes in, man. But every podcast starts like that, right? Like,
Right. You gotta
every
start
podcast that you
somewhere, man.
like and shit. Yeah, it starts off with the first couple of shitty episodes. Not that ours are shitty, but
Ours are amazing. Why would you say that?
they're gonna get good. Trust me.
We're so close. You're so close.
What was the question again?
Just asking you like your role, your capacity in the podcast. Like,
His role is to take things off the rails.
right.
Oh, and I'm fucking good at that. Eh?
You demonstrated that just right
In the
now.
show, in my life, on stage, motherfuckers, it's gonna go off the rails. No, yeah, but that was the interesting dichotomy that, you like that shit? Dichotomy.
He does have a good vocabulary.
Dude, that was
for-
nice right there.
Oh my God.
That was wild, dude.
Don't ask me to spell dichotomy,
Right.
motherfucker, but can we cuss it? Can I say motherfucker?
Yeah, dude, of
All right.
course, dude. Yeah, what do you mean? Can you cuss?
I was like, too late.
I was like, I cussed like 3 times already. But yeah. You're rolling within the podcast. Like you're set up to be the con, right?
Yeah, and by the way, not convict. I never went to prison. I never got caught in shit. Right? I was like a little con man, whatever. But when we came up with this idea, what happened was, like you said, man, true crime podcast is a very popular genre.
Right.
So it's I would argue comedy is second to that, right? Comedy podcast.
Yep.
I think so.
Yeah.
Right? So that our idea was, let's mesh that together, but right, because everyone's got a podcast and shit. So what sets you apart? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So ours was, you are not straight laced. Cat parties.
So pretty much somebody that went.
Wow, he's like really telling all my stories now.
No, hold on.
It's pretty much somebody that went to college and somebody didn't.
She drinks fucking platinum seltzer.
Budweiser though, she stuck to Budweiser.
I
You know
think
what I mean?
Bud Light.
And then what happens in the podcast is she talks about law. We'll pick a subject or a story, let's say, whatever, right? But she'll talk about the intricacies of the law and all that fucking shit, which is it's interesting still, right?
It's the most important part.
I think that's something that a lot of the true crime podcasts like kind of want to be able to do, is to talk about what was actually going on with the investigations and the law behind the convictions or lack of convictions. And at least that's something I can bring to the table a little bit with my training and experience. And then on Iggy's side, of course, he has all of these amazing stories from his days in the trenches, so to speak.
When he didn't get caught.
Right, from not getting caught.
Yeah.
And
It makes it like I went to Vietnam and shit. My eyes are crooked.
sometimes he'll bring
I was in the
something up
bush.
that is maybe not the statute of limitations expiration yet, and I have to kick him under the table and be like, "Shut up, dude!"
Right. Yeah, and that's good because like obviously like I've listened to your guys' podcast. I've actually kind of helped you guys edit some of your episodes too.
Yes,
Thank you for
thankfully.
that, man. Thank you for that.
I really do like it. Like the understanding and the chemistry and the dynamic you guys are going for. And there's one story that fucking Iggy told where he lit a dumpster on fire while he was inside it. We'll get into that in the second half.
He was inside it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a real genius move.
Yeah, dude.
Is that how you lost your hair?
See me shaking my head. I did not light it on fire.
So we'll get into that later. But the dynamic of having like somebody like playing a comedic role of Iggy as like the con, and then you have the counselor, which is like somebody who's a counselor of law that can help you understand like the legality of things and how they can affect you going forward, all that good stuff, because it's all important. But it's really cool. So like I know Iggy does stand up on the side. He's done very well for himself in the stand-up community, and like he's done a bunch of shows. You actually have a show next Saturday, right? That's going to be a big show. So how did you guys meet each other? Like how is this how's Kam over here, a lawyer, hanging out with Iggy? Like, I'm not saying you guys would never hang out.
Speaking of the trenches.
Right. How does this come together? Obviously, like me and Misa, our podcast is different. We're childhood friends that reunited at a later age. Blue's my cousin, Misa's best friend. So we have like that history. But how did you guys like end up meeting each other?
Well, I was a hitman for Chapo, and then
And I was retained to defend them.
She was your public servant. They're like, public defender right here. This is her, Kam.
And then I went, she's white. I'm going to win it. I'm going to win by proxy, motherfucker. No, I used to see her because I lived in El Paso, grew up in El Paso, and I moved to Phoenix doing comedy and shit. So when I moved back from Phoenix to El Paso, the comedy scene had kind of bloomed, whatever, right? So I would go to these open mics, these shows, and I would see this chick. I go, this chick's cool, man. White girl.
She's hanging out. She's cool. She's not leaving early.
I didn't talk to her for a long time because not to be racist.
Which means he's about to be racist.
Right, but my mom always told me, like, don't look white people in the eye and shit. Like, just, yes.
Well, yeah, because she'll turn to stone.
Because you get arrested.
Before the end of this podcast, it's just going to be me talking because I will turn them all into stone.
Kam's going to be the criminal defense attorney for all of us at one point.
That's why I have these welder glasses, so I could look her in the eye and shit.
So yeah, so like you met her doing like a stand-up show or like?
Yeah, man. It was just so cool because
So actually, I was friends with one of our producers, Nico Jimian.
Shout out Nico.
And yeah, shout out Nico. Hey. And he would invite me to some of their open mics. And so I started going, not realizing exactly what I was getting myself into. I'm thinking comedy show. Turns out it's like some comedy, some debauchery, lots of drinking. And I got to meet a lot of the comedians. I was really grateful to be able to do that and got to know some of them. And one of the funny things about how we started like just talking about the podcast was that I would say to Iggy, you should listen to these podcasts. I love them. And I'd give him like this list of podcasts. And he'd be like, oh yeah, you should listen to this list of podcasts. These are so good. And both of us would totally ignore each other.
That's when I knew it was going to work.
Right.
Yeah. We don't listen to each other. Fucking it.
You know what? Let's work together now.
Right. Now we should be partners.
Yeah, you see, and then the ones she was recommending were true crime podcasts. The ones I was recommending were comedy
ones, yeah.
So at one point we were all fucked up, and drinking Fort Locos and shit.
I was sober as a judge.
Drinking Fort Locos in the alley. Remember, it was by that dumpster right there in the side.
I do not do anything by a dumpster, and you're going to have to stop that.
The one you lit on fire.
I didn't light it on fire. I'll tell you about that shit later.
That reminds me, by the way, one of the things when we get to that, remind me to tell you about the bet that Iggy lost that he still has to make good on.
Okay.
Well, put a pin in that.
Yes.
I forgot about that. Tell me what it is. No, and then from there, we went, all right, did you listen to the recommendations? I go, nah. And she's like, me neither. And then we went, hey, we should do our own. You know what I'm saying? Combine your knowledge, the law, and then mine, the fucking streets and shit, whatever.
Las calles.
Yeah, neta, bro. Hey, ¿sabes qué, bicho? Neta. Fucker hit the ESP button. ¿Sabes qué, Holmes? Bicho.
Qué rollo todo, sí.
That's pretty good Spanish for a Jewish dude, man.
Yeah.
I found out before a show he's Jewish.
I took it in high school.
Yeah.
But it went from there, man. Just that seed of an idea. And I thought we were going to, just whatever, just talking shit. And it fucking happened, man. And it's been cool, man. It's been cool because it's different, man. It's different. Have you ever heard a fucking true crime podcast when you can make a motherfucker laugh about someone getting stabbed?
Right.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? We're not mocking.
Well, one of the funniest things I thought it was like listening to the podcast, like, and I was trying to do like this, like complete outsider, like looking in, right?
Without knowing us. So
Yeah, without knowing you guys at all. And obviously, like I had already met you guys by the time I started listening to your episodes. But it's funny because it sounds like you have a true crime podcast with the fucking like cholo on it. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
which is like,
semi-retired cholo.
Right. Which is funny because it just runs up the lane of El Paso. Like, yeah, you could have that.
If
kind
anything
of
ever happens to Iggy, I'm just going to drive up and down Dyer until I find a replacement.
Yeah, your co-host will be found like pretty fast.
First guy you see.
Well, I mean, either I'll get stabbed or I'll have a co-host. We'll figure it out.
Okay, so Iggy, you got into stand-up, right? Like how long ago or like at what age did you get into doing comedy?
10 years ago, man. 10 years ago, right around my divorce and my fucking life imploding. I'm not trying to get into buzzkill. Just that's what happened, man. I got into stand-up and shit. I was a family man. I had 4 kids, a wife and shit.
4 kids?
Yeah,
God
fucking
bless,
it, man.
dude.
4.5.
And so yeah, we won't go into like the details.
No,
He's not totally sure.
So I started doing stand-up just as a curiosity, whatever, right? And I did it. And I go, oh, shit, I'm kind of good at it. Then my life imploded. I go, well, all I have now is stand-up. So then I doubled down on that shit. And I said, not to get depressing. That was depressing as fuck. Huh?
No, I mean, it had a happy ending.
The one, not yet, fuck. Until I become famous and shit.
But yeah, so that's how you got started. Like you just like went from obviously like things didn't work out, and then you end up splitting with your wife or whatever, and you're no longer a family man. And then so like what was it?
I mean, I think he still has a family technically.
Right. But like when you're a family man, like you live a certain way, like you know what I mean?
Life changes completely. So
right. And so
I would go from work straight to home, straight to the park with my kids and shit, put them to sleep. And
yeah, like a family man to me doesn't have any time to go do fucking stand-up comedy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what was it about like comedy that like attracted you in?
Nothing, man. I used to watch it on TV.
Nothing.
I used to watch it on TV.
Dude, I'm the guy that'll go somewhere like a party or a bar, whatever, and I'll sit in the corner, not creepy and shit, not like a fucking,
not like a con or anything,
not like an emo looking at my shoes, but I'm just doing in the corner quiet. So stand up or talking to groups of people never really was my thing. You know what I'm saying? I was funny, but I was the quiet, funny motherfucker in the corner, whatever.
You're just saying all these jokes talking about people,
dude. And then so when I started stand up, I would say shit in my head that made me laugh.
Right.
So anyway, so I saw this a flyer for a fucking comedy open mic. I go, let me just try it. All I want to do was just try it, man. You know what I'm saying? I said the fucked up shit that was in my head, said it to people in the audience. They laughed. I was like, all right, there's something there.
Where was this?
This was at Coconuts Bar, man. If you don't know how fucked up this place is,
dude.
Let me explain to people.
Hey, they've renovated. It's real nice.
Yeah. We talked about this actually. We had Jordan Savai on the last episode. He also got his start at Coconuts. And I was like, bro, that's a tough place to get your fucking start doing stand-up.
I got kicked out. And I also told a story that I got kicked out. First time trying was trying it there. I got kicked out within like not even like half.
How the fuck? Dude, I've seen people there. I've seen people there fight. Right. And they don't kick them out. Like, yeah, you're good, man. Just don't fight again and shit. One fight, you get one fight.
Yeah.
They kicked your ass out?
Yeah, they after they pretty much took the mic away, and then some guy came up. He's like, "Hey man, you're gonna have to close your tab and get out of here."
That's like, racist, man. Just because you're Filipino, that's
so. And that's fucked up. I thought I was Jewish.
In that case, get out.
All it makes me think of is like the old timey cartoons with like the guy with the hook, like pulling you off stage.
Yeah, just like, get the fuck over here. So that's how you got into stand-up, Iggy, and like obviously you're still doing that now. And I remember one of the very first times I met you, we were at the 420 March that was organized by Colt DeMorris and El Paso
Colt,
Normal
Shout out
chapter,
Colt.
which we'll get into that. He was on your podcast, so we'll get into that. But I remember we pulled up to the spot downtown. I forget what the place is called, but it's like this place. It's a venue. It's right by like City Hall, like right down the street. And I remember I parked behind Nico's little SUV, and I saw some guy like just chilling there, like slamming a beer, and I was like, "Who the fuck is that?"
Did he look like he was about to break into the car?
Little guy.
But I was like, "It's cool. He's slamming a beer. He's doing his thing. I ain't gonna fucking like intrude on that." But anyways,
you just stereotype me,
right? But we go inside, and then I go say what's up to Nico, and then there you are. I'm like, "Oh, what's up, dude? Like, I just saw you slamming a beer outside." But that was the first time I had seen you.
Allegedly.
Yeah, that's the first time I had seen you do stand up, and you did stand up at the little after party for the El Paso Normal March, and it was pretty cool. But the environment was kind of weird because it was during the day and there was like families around. So I remember like you had to like balance the act in a way, but.
I had to balance myself, man. High as fuck.
He's just pounded a beer
Allegedly.
too.
Right, allegedly he was.
They had that California weed, that fucking from a lab fucking weed, man.
The mutated weed.
Yes, I became a mutant.
But yeah, so that was the first time I
wasn't even bald before that show, man. This is from that weed. Eh?
That was the first time I met Iggy, and that's the first time I saw him do stand up, and you know he killed it. He did a real good job, and so did Nico. But like. So, Kam, like, how did you get into law? Because obviously you were saying that you're attracted towards like the scene of being like, you don't want to be a comedian, but you like the idea, or like you like being around people doing comedy.
Right. Well, maybe I'm an attention whore.
Well,
it could be.
I mean, you could say that too, but I follow you on Facebook and I don't see you posting outrageous things.
Not
She just
yet.
likes good jokes.
Not
I
yet.
do like good jokes.
But
yeah.
So how did you get into like studying law and like eventually getting into like your field where you practice law now?
Sure. So I actually do come from a family of lawyers, like going way back to, you know, the early days of the Virginia colony type stuff. It's a long history. Actually, one of the first family members, one of the first people who came and oppressed everyone in the country was one of my judge relatives. Good job.
Oh, wow.
Thanks for making a place for me.
You guys were prosecuting the Native Americans back in the day.
Trying to keep them alive.
We really did it right. I don't know about that, but anyway.
Do not edit that out.
I'm not gonna edit it out. And it's funny because like Kam almost sounds like kind of like proud of it.
No.
She's like, we were the first, motherfucker. Okay, but go on.
Least,
yeah.
You know,
no, but you know what? That's interesting to know that like
extremely interesting.
Like your heritage and your lineage, like through your family, runs that deep, and even to the point like you come from a generation of family of lawyers. You know what I mean? Not just one-off lawyer. Like my brother's a lawyer. He's the only one in my fucking family that's ever going to be a fucking lawyer. That's just, you know what I mean? But like you come from like a family where like being a lawyer is like expected. Like you fucking go do this, motherfucker. You know
At least one per generation, so, or something like that. But yeah, and in fact, my great grandfather was a lawyer in Dallas during the Depression. And one of the most interesting things is like people couldn't pay him, right? There's no money, but they would pay him in pieces of estate, like artwork, china, and you know anything they had in their house that had value. And that's stuff that's been passed down to me, just like the tradition of being a lawyer. Right. It's like a really cool kind of heritage to have.
That is wild. So that's like, crazy. What was it like? So what law school did you go to? Well, first of all, I did go to UT Austin for my undergrad. Nice. Hook 'em horns. Hook 'em. Yeah. Let's go UT. And that's where I went from having aspirations of playing lacrosse and being in Air Force ROTC to joining a sorority and drinking a lot. Hey.
I told you party. I told you.
You took the right path.
I did. I feel like I really made the right choice with what went on there.
So when you were in your sorority at UT and you're doing undergrad, like what was like the major that you were studying at that time? I was a philosophy major. Oh, so you like to get deep. I can't tell you how fun it was. Oh God, that was the worst, right? Okay, if you got that, then I'm sorry. Okay, so you're a philosophy major. Right. Linguistics minor. Oh shit. Linguistics. Wow. Yes. You know what that means, Misa? No, that means she knows how to talk.
Hey, dude, you should have gotten it too, man, because you can shut the hell up. Yeah. I should have been a
They don't have a major on how to stop talking.
Yeah. Okay, so you're doing that. You're studying linguistics. But I always knew I was going to Limp Biscuits.
That's what he said.
Limp Biscuit. I heard it. Hey, shout out to Limp Biscuit, dude. I do it all for the Nookie guys, you know? But yeah, anyway. So
you're studying linguini. And then what happened?
But I always knew I was going to go to law school. So those were basically designed to help me prepare to go to law school, because those actually philosophy is one of the best pre-law majors you can have. It helps you learn how to reason, how to think, and in a way that's logical and argumentative, which I was already a little argumentative, but I got even better at it in college.
No, yeah, you're a chick. We get it, but not. How old were you, or how young were you when you went, yeah, I'm gonna do this? Not because it was passed down to you, but like that you wanted to.
When she started debating with her parents about what they were gonna have for dinner.
Right.
Well, I feel like
I object, Mom.
I feel like you just going to UT and setting yourself up with those types of majors and minors, you were kind of already thinking like, this is going to be the precursor to me going to law school, right?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Other than like a brief period where I thought about doing something else, I basically from about age 12 or 13 had said I was going to be a lawyer.
Right.
And it wasn't that, it wasn't that big of a leap because so many other people in my family had been there and done that.
Okay, cool. So yeah, that's
Chris,
very interesting.
Chris, at 12 years old, what did you want to be?
Dude, I wanted to be like a fucking
Power Ranger.
Yeah, like, I was gonna say like Stone Cold Steve Austin, and I'm kind of like him because I chug a fuckload of beer. I just don't wrestle or anything.
Well,
occasionally I'll stunner someone, but that's
Smash the beer in your kid.
right.
It was only shortly before that I had to give up on my dream of being a mermaid. So,
Well,
She couldn't swim me.
once again, you took the right path.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Cam does not like saying her age, but she has
No,
a
she
very, very, very high IQ, mother. Like exceptionally high IQ. Ask her, she'll tell you. She'll tell
no, I
you
will
that shit.
not.
Yeah, that's fucking dope. And honestly, like
220.
220?
That's not even a thing.
like
It's a made up
I
idea.
understand how
It's like
hard
160.
like going to law school is because like I said, my brother's an attorney himself. He graduated from Texas Tech Law. And yeah, it's not easy. It's a fucking grind. And then you have to take your bar exam, and it's just like it's a whole fucking like it's
Or
a whole deal.
If you're
You know what
me,
I
you
mean?
take 3 bar
You
exams
see, you took 3 bar exams
in 3 separate states. Yes.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, did you take them so that you can get licensed? And
Correct,
Okay.
yes.
So that's not bad because like I've heard stories of somebody taking like the Texas bar like over and over.
Oh,
and over.
I had friends who took the California bar like 4 or 5 times before
Right.
they were able to pass it because it's tough. So I took California, passed that first. Then I moved here to Texas about 4 years later, which just to be clear means that you have 5 years and you don't have to take the bar exam. And I just moved 1 year too early. So I took Texas bar. That was not good planning.
She's like, fuck it, whatever, I'll do
Are
it.
you barred in New Mexico?
I am. So that was the next one. After that, once I started practicing in El Paso, I realized, geez, you got to do both. So you gotta be able to go both ways, so to speak.
Yeah.
And
I told you she partied.
and so I took the New Mexico bar.
Fucking Iggy, good shit. Good shit.
I had to go for it.
So now I understand. Now I understand why you're a comedian, man. That's funny as fuck. Yeah, do that. I told you she parties, but yeah, dude, that's cool. So
I'm sorry, real quick. So why am I doing the?
Are you
fucking
interviewing me?
Yeah, do
Come
it.
on.
yeah, go ahead.
I was just wondering, man. Like, I don't know if you can mention what field of the law you practice, but
Yeah,
did
that's
you
what I was
know
gonna-
that off the
Right.
bat? Like, I'm gonna do this one.
No, I knew what I didn't want to do. So so actually I didn't want to defend criminals like you.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like normally, like lawyers, like they specialize. Like
Correct.
Like certain people will do like we'll do insurance law, and then we'll do like real estate law, and then we'll do criminal defense, immigration. So you knew right out of the bat, you're like, I'm not gonna be defending Iggy.
Right. I was like, oh gosh, no.
in a podcast, but not in a courtroom.
Right.
No. So yeah, exactly. I knew I didn't want to do that. Didn't want to do family law. That's really challenging. It takes a special breed of people to do both of those areas
Right.
of law. Prosecutors at that time didn't make enough money for my tastes. So I decided to do civil litigation.
Okay.
And
Nice.
that's what I've done ever since.
That's what my brother does too. He does civil litigation.
So what does it consist of?
So basically what happens is insurance companies hire me to defend companies or individuals who've been sued for some sort of personal injury matter, something like that.
Like one of the good examples I give is like people sue Walmart all the time for all this random shit civil wise.
As
And-
they should.
And so, yeah, so
Walmart is not my client.
Is Walmart a sponsor?
but Walmart
fuck
will
Walmart.
contract people out like in an area and say, hey, you guys are going to defend us on all these civil lawsuits. Like
Correct.
this law firm is going to be the people that we use to defend ourselves like in this part of the country. Because like an organization, a corporation like Walmart, they get sued all the fucking time for like a bunch of fucking reasons. So instead of them wasting their money, like trying to put specific attorneys in certain places, they use local law firms or regional law firms to handle their fucking cases and shit.
Right. They call us outside counsel, and that's basically, or litigation counsel. And that's what we're brought on to do. So like, again, Walmart, not my client, but similar situation.
Right, similar situations.
Yeah. And I've like over the years, I've done all kinds of interesting stuff. I mean, I've done the slip and falls. I've done the car accident cases, but I've also done like train car collisions. I've done medical malpractice defense. I've done, like just kind of the whole realm of personal injury defense.
Right.
Not to be racist,
but here comes a racist comment.
Have you ever done like Jewish lightning?
This should be like
Look at you, Miso.
You know that skit about lowered expectations. That's what you're about to
Honestly, that's like one of my life models. Like sometimes in life, you have to just lower your expectations for shit, and things will go better
all the time. That's the story of my life.
When you have high expectations and then shit doesn't work out, you're just let down.
You know what happened? You know when Chris realized that when he tried to be a rapper.
Right. Yeah, I was like, I thought right off the bat I was gonna be Drake, and that shit.
What was your rapper name? Break?
My Break.
Is it Drake? Bro,
my rapper name was simple. It was CP, my fucking initials. Christopher Paul. Paul's my middle name.
That's fire.
But yeah, I thought it came off the fucking tongue.
Not Lil CP.
No, not Little CP, man. CP, young CP.
CP
was like, cancel, please.
No. So let's
use that to add little to your name. Little CP.
So back to the podcast.
Okay.
Like that you guys have, Counselor in the Con. You can find it on all major platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. So you guys can go check it out, especially if you're a true crime person. That likes those types of podcasts. This shit is right up your alley. But I like the way you guys do it, because the podcast isn't like you just turn on the mics and like talk about crime. There's always sort of a framing story where Cam.
So it doesn't start with Cam saying, "All right, Iggy, what did you do this weekend?"
Yeah, no, that's what I thought it started as. That's what I was expecting.
Iggy's blotter sheet.
Right. I was like, so now we're gonna find out what's going on in the Northeast with Iggy. But no. So what it is like they break it down, and like normally an episode will have a theme, arson, road rage, something similar to that, and they'll give like a framing story, a story of just something that happened to somebody, like some crazy story about like a true case. And then what they do is they go in and break it down. So like, how did you guys come up with doing the podcast that way?
Actually, that element of it, the idea of like doing an introductory story that came from either something famous that had happened or from just something that I happened to find on the internet or just through researching a particular issue. That idea came from our producer, Nico Ajimian.
Okay, cool. So he was the one that laid it out like, and for the people that don't know Nico, he's one of our good friends.
Yeah. Episode 45. Did I say it was episode?
Yeah, he's been on the podcast before. But Nico actually does radio with the Buzz Adams show, the morning show. So Nico has like this structure of like being able to put together shows. But I think it works because like it gives you like a real life story of like how this shit can really affect you. And then you guys go ahead and break it down in the legal sense, and then like Iggy with the comedic flair. So I think that's really cool.
It's awesome, dude.
You know, and sometimes, man, I'll have like we did one on identity theft. Like I don't know shit about.
We didn't release that though.
I would fucking steal your money, not your identity and shit. Right. So I didn't have a story for that, like that pertained to me personally. But for most of them, most of the topics or themes that we pick,
right,
I'll have one, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, or bank robbery, I didn't have one. Oh yeah, I did. I did.
Okay. And also,
time.
My dad used to be a fucking bank robbery.
God,
my dad was a cop, turned fucking firefighter,
what?
Turned bank robber.
No shit.
Go listen to episode 2. Yeah, we also had a guest on that podcast, Anthony Perez, who's also a local stand-up comedian and a touring stand-up comedian as well. And he actually was convicted for bank robbery.
Oh, how many? Shit. This fucker robbed like 9 banks, man.
No shit.
And this is the cool part about that podcast, right? Because you go like bank robbery, it's victimless crime, whatever. But you go, there's nothing funny about that. That fucker robbed the bank because he's gonna get married. He didn't have enough money for the fucking wedding.
And that's where
so much that not
damn
right.
And he divorced
so much. He loved his girl that much.
He was.
They never got married.
7 years.
Yes. No, I was hoping for that punchline.
Yes.
Rob a bank and go to a strip club, motherfucker. How's about that?
Yeah, dude. He's all, I'm saving up for the Wendy's venue, bro. It costs a lot of money.
Yes, even though for the divorce and shit.
Right.
So he was a guest on your podcast, right?
Yeah,
Correct.
and he's also a comedian, man.
Right.
A Marine, bank robber, and comedian.
God damn, the jack of all trades.
Right?
here.
Like, what other podcast you know is gonna have a fucking Marine, bank robber,
That's
comedian?
fucking crazy.
He's lived the American life.
Do you guys normally have guests on, or is it normally just like you and Cam on the podcast?
I want to, man. I want to have more guests, but the way we've been doing it, it's cool, man. It's cool. It's just Cam and I, and we just not riff with each other. What's it called, man? Like, fucking.
You kind of like just go back
We
and forth.
converse, yeah.
We converse.
I don't know if you know about conversing.
Just like we do on this podcast, we converse, man. But
I didn't go to school for linguini.
he's not a linguist.
Limp Biscuit.
So,
But you know what? But what I'm saying is, that you get both sides of the law, man. You get
right.
the lawyer talking about the law part, and then the dude going, "Oh yeah, I knew a motherfucker that did this."
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
we
yeah.
get cool moments like that, and when we don't, we talk about shit that people are interested in, or it piques your interest. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
People
right,
love all that murder shit. I don't know what it is, man.
It's because people are fucking crazy, bro. That's why.
You know what I think it is?
No, I think they like people who are crazier than they are.
Right.
Like,
They're like,
they're like, hey,
they're like, how crazy can I get before shit gets real bad?
No,
But what
see,
about-
like everybody thinks the same. It's just these people did it. It's like, dude, that guy he killed those 12 people.
Yeah, that's what
It's
I'm
like,
saying. They're like,
There's 12 people on my list that I wish I could kill.
right. They're like, how many of them can I kill before like
Motherfucker,
something
you
bad
live
happens?
vicariously through the Richard Ramirez. Nice talking like I wanted
You
to
see
kill.
this? You see
40
this right
motherfuckers.
here? This
It
is
looks
my,
like a killer's wallet.
my
oh no, that's his list.
autograph book.
That's his
right?
hit list.
But if shit don't work out, it's gonna be my kill.
Wait, that's
Don't
to your
sign
sister.
it.
You stole
Hey.
your sister's book, motherfucker.
No,
Also,
dude,
like,
Lavelle
here's some
Jones.
attorney advice: don't sign anything.
Right.
I'll give you some advice. So don't
You're
kill
about to
anything.
sign this after this.
So, so one of the guests that you guys did have for your 420 special
Yes.
was Mr. Colt DeMorris. And if you guys don't know who Colt is a very important. I think he's important because I support the legalization of marijuana and all things associated with it. And he is the leader of the El Paso Normal chapter here. And they organize all these things, all these events and marches for, they're activists for legalizing marijuana in the state of Texas, which is like a big deal.
Wow.
And so you guys had him on your podcast. Cam, what do you like remember from that podcast that like you thought was very insightful?
So actually, I wasn't there.
Oh, you weren't there for that one?
No, not by choice, but
Okay.
I can't remember if I was sick or if I had an out of town engagement. I think I might have been actually sick.
She was
But,
doing the position for Chapoy.
I was out actually making the money so we can afford to do the podcast.
She was like, I was out there doing a fucking trial.
She was out
Right.
there defending Iggy.
So
So anyway, but what actually one of the things that I do recall, first of all, is that Colt is one of the most educated people that you'll ever meet about the issues related
Right.
to marijuana legalization. He can speak about the current state of the law, the aspirational state of the law, what's pending in legislatures, not just in Texas, but also in neighboring states. And through his work, he really does identify with the patients involved, and he refers to them that way. I think that's a really key element. He really considers people who use marijuana to be patients in a lot of ways.
right. Yeah, that's cool. So Iggy, like you were there for that interview, right?
Yeah. It was me and producer Nico, man. We're medical grade marijuana again. But you know, and she said about Cole, man, this cat is sharp. This cat's on point. He's high as fuck, man. His eyes barely open up. Like, he will recite fucking criminal codes and all this
He
shit.
was focusing, bro.
And
What
that's
are you talking
important, man. This cat is important. I call him I always give motherfuckers nicknames, eh? So I told him,
You gave him a
I'll call
choice.
him
about? I'm the Jew or what?
the ganja guru. Oh, I got one for you,
The
motherfucker.
ganja guru.
The ganja guru. What do they call him?
You gave him like 5 choices of
Yeah.
his preferred nicknames.
Wait,
so yeah.
you told him like these 5?
Yeah,
like,
I
hey,
told
which
him,
one do you want?
Marijuana man.
Where I come from, man. Where I come from, if
medicine
someone gives you a
man?
nickname, that's like an endearing thing, man. So-
Right.
Right.
But I was telling this cat, and he goes to City Hall. He goes to all this boring, fucked up shit to reform marijuana fucking
Right.
laws,
Yeah,
man.
well,
This is
because if he
important.
doesn't, who else will? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you know what? This fucker's got fucking giant sized balls because he's doing this in Texas.
Yeah.
in Texas, man. The last fucking state
I've
to
always
hold
thought
out.
like Texas could become legal, but it's just people get so high and they forget to go vote and shit. You know, like
Fucking who votes anyways, man? Shit, vote.
Yeah,
Case in point.
Texas has always had just like a very hard stance on drugs in general.
Yeah, and he's fighting an uphill battle, but it's not an unwinnable one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Uphill fucking A.
And I
it's not
think it
unwinnable,
just
man.
it shows his desire and his passion for the issue to be able to go to those city council meetings and sit there and wait. He doesn't even know if he's going to get a chance to talk or if the agenda item's going to come up.
Right.
He's just there supporting and saying, if they bring this shit on the agenda, I'm going to be here. And there might be one or two other people, but I'm at least here stepping up and voicing like my opinion for the shit that matters to me, which that is so admirable in itself.
Yep.
Like that shit is fucking crazy.
And it's key as well because city council and government officials in general need to know that there are people in their constituencies
Right.
who care about this issue.
Yep. Right.
So butts and seats matter.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like whoever reps your area, depending on where you live there, it's all divided into districts and stuff. But essentially like you're there and your district rep is supposed to be speaking on behalf of you and the issues that matter to you. So that way they're brought forth to the city manager and all that good stuff. But yeah, so like that episode, that's a great episode. If you guys want to go check that out, make sure y'all do that. Cam, where can they find you guys' episodes? Can they find them like on Spotify? Like
Absolutely.
Facebook?
We're on all of the major podcast and, distributors. We're on Spotify, we're on Apple, we're on, just name it. We're on there.
Black People Media Day. We're
No, we're not talking about your social life.
That's fine. All right, guys. So we're coming up here on the 39th minute mark. What we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to ask Iggy to talk about his story about the dumpster fire and this alleged dumpster fire, if you will.
this bet that he did.
The bet that he lost.
And by the way,
and the bet and the wager that got him into the position. We'll also talk about a picture that was taken at Scenics with Cam and a few of the comedians that looks absolutely hilarious, and we'll get into that.
I love it, dude. It's a
And
great
then
picture.
we have 5 random questions for Cam, and we have random categories for Iggy to wrap up the episode. So we'll get all into that in the second half, guys.
Can't wait.
But yeah, so make sure y'all are liking us on Facebook, like us on Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Apple Podcasts, leave a rating and a review. With all that being said, we'll take a quick break and we will be right back.
Sheesh. Yo, what it do? Conversing with Chris and me. So the podcast is sponsored by top quality and handcrafted products made by I&I Glass. I&I Glass products are blown here locally in the 915 and range in uses from pipes, pendants, jewelry, decorations, and even goddamn motherfucking hummingbirds and much, much more. So make sure you go and hit up our boy Aaron Lee at I&I Glass and tell them that your boys, Chris and Misa, sent you, all right? And you go and support a local Paso business motherfucking today, all right? Thanks.
All right, guys, we are back from break. Episode number 86 of Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast, with our friends Cam and Iggy from the Counselor and the Con podcast. Go ahead and give them a round
Hey,
of applause.
everybody.
That's gang sign at 86.
Damn, dude.
So thank you guys again for being here. So far, the pod's been flowing real well. So we'll
Iggy
get.
looks like he just got back from a drive-by.
So yeah,
or something.
what happened, Iggy? Did you lose
Yeah.
your shirt? What happened? What the fuck happened here?
There was a fight in the parking lot.
I had one of those platinum salsa today.
No, that would have made you put on a suit.
Oh my god!
I'm turning into a white girl.
You see, this is what happens. We go on break, and then shit happens,
Yeah.
and now we have Iggy, Mr. Wife Beater Iggy out here.
Allegedly.
Right.
Allegedly.
Well, no, I'm saying wife beater because that's a wife beater if I've ever seen one.
That's why Iggy.
Okay.
That's why Iggy hangs out with Cam. So something happens, she's like allegedly.
Right. I can just like throw it in there. It's like my
Oh,
go-to.
fuck, man.
Protect me.
All
I
right,
should
guys.
tattoo that across my forehead or my neck. Then I could be a cholo too.
I should wear this shit inside out because I've gotten my ass beat by my wife.
Hey, there you go. There you go.
Reverse of a white beatery.
He wears it for multiple reasons. So, guys, make sure you're
ex-wife.
ex-wife. Yeah, make sure make Make that a point X wife. Okay, guys. Make sure you guys are following us on Facebook, liking us on Instagram. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube. A lot of you guys are watching our videos and you're not fucking subscribing. And we need you guys to fucking
I can't believe a video could get like 900 views and then we only have like
2 subscribers. Yeah. So yeah, that doesn't add up. I don't know math very well, but that doesn't add up.
Yeah. We're gonna find you, eh? So
Jesus Christ.
This just went
put that away
in a totally different direction.
You put that away. Thank you for hey, I appreciate you having us subscribe back. But yeah, make sure you guys
what's gonna happen next thing you know, you're gonna hear like breaking news, 2 podcast gentlemen got stabbed.
No lawyers were harmed in the filming of this episode.
All right. So there's a story that we wanted to tell. Well, mostly that Iggy wants to tell. There's a bet that he lost, and they talk about it on the podcast, guys. So if you guys want to go back once that episode is out, you can listen to this. I believe this was, what was it? It wasn't the road rage. It was
it's on episode 10 on arson that we actually talk about this incident in some detail, as well as other things to do with lighting shit on fire.
Right. So if you can, Cam, give us some context to this story where Iggy sets allegedly a dumpster on fire while he's inside of it. So just go ahead and set it up a little bit, and then we'll give Iggy his little chance to go ahead and defend himself.
I just want to say guilty.
Sure. So when we started this episode, I don't always know what Iggy's stories are going to be going into these episodes. I don't preview them entirely.
Neither do I. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying.
There's a lot of mystery in our episodes. And so we started out talking about arson, and I tell our initial story about, a very famous arsonist. And we start talking about that. And then all of a sudden he's like, yeah, I lit a dumpster on fire while I was inside it. That is the reaction I had too, where I was like, are you effing kidding me? First of all, stupid. Second of all, okay, tell me now.
It wasn't me. It was my brother that did it. I was just in the dumpster with him.
But he was also in the dumpster.
Yeah. Okay. So there was a wager, right?
Oh, this is later. Okay. So yeah. First of all, he tells the story, and then we actually had a game about arson that he lost.
Okay. So Iggy, real fast. What the fuck, man? Why are you starting a fucking dumpster fire?
You guys never did that game where you would flick a match at your homie? Like when he wasn't looking, you never.
This is a game?
No.
The most
your homie's around and you flick a match.
The most dangerous game I ever fucking played when I was little was, those little pop-it things that you fucking throw at the floor and they pop.
Tassels?
Yeah, fucking throw those at each other, but not fucking live matches, bro.
No, yeah, because the thing is that you would flick it, right? So it would just you would flick and you turn around like, I didn't fucking light you on fire.
It wasn't me. Yeah.
The thing is, my brother and I did it inside of a fucking dumpster, man. And
the first question though was,
why are you in a dumpster?
Thank you. All the listeners want to know.
You guys never went dumpster diving for valuables? So
I can honestly say no. I've been blessed enough that I've never had to do that.
I didn't grow up in the Hamptons or the West Side, motherfucker. Like we used to go to dumpsters and you find some shit, whatever. So my brother, it's not important that my brother and I,
besides the point,
are in a dumpster, and now dumpsters have plastic lids. It's probably because of us. I think about it. Back then, the fucking dumpster had metal lids. So when they're flicking matches at each other like idiots, we're fucking like 7. Whoa, 7, and he was 8 at the time. Anyway, so
dude, where are your parents?
Supervising.
Parents, this guy, man. Parents. Like I have both. Come on. Where was my mom?
You should know this better than anyone, Lisa. You ain't got no fucking parents.
Where the hell's
don't
your
worry
mom,
about
dude?
that.
My mom didn't let me out the house, so I was 25.
No, this is before fucking Twitter. We were outside playing and shit. This is before fucking video games. So we light that shit on fire. Unbeknownst to us, plastic burns real quick. So it just starts turning on fire, and we're trying to get out, but we're just stepping on the trash. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
Anyway, so my brother and I go, you lift the lid, I'll get out, I'll get help. And the reason that they caught us is because I went to it was right next to our apartment. So I go and I get a fucking glass of water, man. So I'm coming back with a glass of water. Like, I'm going to turn this fire out with it. My brother saw me and goes, what the fuck are you doing walking with a glass of water outside? So my brother came and checked and goes, my older brother, he goes, oh shit, this is on fire. Someone's in there. If my brother wouldn't have came out, my brother would have died in a dumpster fire.
Damn,
Started by flicking matches at each other. I don't know what the fuck the band was though. I still don't remember.
Okay, so after he told the story, Nico decided that we were going to do this new feature on our podcast where we play like some sort of game, like a competition between me and Iggy. And so in this particular episode,
dumpster fire.
in this particular episode, we were given 5 minutes and our cell phones in order to find like a certain number of movies about arson. And I found like 37, and he found like 5.
Jesus.
Because
She's got an iPhone, motherfucker. I got cricket. Eh?
You got cricket, brother.
Holy shit.
But like there was like this whole thing about you can listen to the episodes, you can hear exactly how this went down. But before we started the actual like points gathering portion, we made a bet. And if I lost the game, I was going to have to like cook you a steak or something, which I mean, that's it had to do with
You
fire.
probably made
So
the
yeah,
rules.
I know I was going to just like go get it from West Texas Chop House, and that was going to be the end of it. Shout out.
Sponsor.
All right, sponsor this. But also like, so, but if he lost, then Iggy, do you remember what you were going to have to do?
No. Girl.
You have to
he
climb
does.
into a dumpster.
All right.
Now.
I remember that. Now I
And he
remember
hasn't
that.
done it
I'll
yet.
be back. I'm
So
gonna go do that shit. Hold on.
Dude, I honestly know a perfect dumpster for you to go climb in.
I want it to
shit
be
is
like a
always
fast
full.
food
Go to
restaurant
the-
or something with like.
No, go to the one at the mall.
No,
Go to
there's a McDonald's right here, and boy,
No, because that stuff never goes bad. Like you could climb in
that's
there and it
right.
could be like just like a Big Mac from 3 weeks ago. It'll taste the same.
Go to Sprouts.
Anyway,
trash
Jesus
can.
Christ.
Side note. When
How do you, Kim? How do you know that a
Oh.
3-week-year-old fucking Big Mac would taste the same?
I mean, she knew
I mean, I
37
conjecture.
movies that they have arson in.
That shit's hilarious. Yeah,
I
dude.
used to do not used to. I did one time community service for a friend of mine that was on probation.
Allegedly.
Or
Fuck
no.
no, allegedly. And this
I feel like
cat-
he was supposed to do his own.
Wait, so you did community service for your friend?
and he would pay me. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, hold on. 'Cause
I didn't even think that was like a thing.
It's a
If
hustle.
he had that much money, why was he
How?
having to do community service in the first
what I
place?
was gonna say is I had to do community service at one point, and
you could've
I
hired
would have fucking paid somebody to go and do that shit because that shit sucked. Hey, but okay, so go on, Iggy. Sorry.
And there was this dumpster downtown El Paso.
God.
It's funny because
If anyone would like a tour of the dumpsters of El
I will show you where
Paso,
it's
we
at.
can actually make that
on
happen.
Showa
for you.
and 6th Street, and this fucking dumpster for some reason we're cleaning the alleys and shit, and they had a big ass dildo, yo, just in the back of the whatever, and
In the
then,
dumpster?
no, on the outside,
Oh shit!
and a lot of human feces.
Oh my
But
God.
whatever, man, we scoop it all up and shit, whatever. The next day we go, there's another different fucking colored dildo, and those are whatever, dude. It was almost a week straight of just different colored dildos in this dumpster.
Full of shit.
Yeah, man, and I don't know. That's when I met Kame, and then
No, I was gonna say,
I didn't mean the last part.
you know, I don't
like,
know
"That's
who
mine."
has the money for that, but that is a really expensive thing to do.
all of hers are one color, eh? Not different. I used to do my
That's
homies.
crazy.
And it was funny, man. Soon after I did that shit, I got a probation. So I went to go to the same place. And they're like, David, I'm not gonna say last name. They're like, no, I'm fucking Iggy. That was another guy.
That's wild, bro.
That's when he changed his name.
That's fucking crazy. Fucking Iggy, man. You got some wild stories, bro. I honestly don't know what to do with you.
And you know what?
Put it in a dumpster.
I want to see this shit.
Because sometimes I'm like, let's hear all these fucking crazy stories. And then I'm like, should I be worried about who I'm sitting next to?
Some of my homies.
He already pulled a knife during your podcast. I think you should be worried.
That's true.
no,
No,
out of
but
his pocket.
yeah. But it was in good intention. Like I knew he wasn't going to do anything crazy with it. He was looking out for us. If
And it was in my purse. No.
like my homie got stabbed the other day, and
This
It's just all like
just all nonchalant.
Yeah, like
that's what I thought. I got a text at 3. Fuck, I almost said his name.
3 p.m.
Fuck. This motherfucker got stabbed. I go, it's 3 p.m. Who the fuck gets stabbed?
Oh, what the
at
fuck are you doing right now?
in the afternoon,
You're slacking.
man. But this cat, okay, fuck. How should I say
No,
this?
your friend,
This-
He
this
got-
cat.
Yeah, he got.
We can call him Cat for short if that's helpful.
we'll call him Pedro.
He got stabbed by this dude, and then he stole the dude's car. So all right,
It's even down now?
If I stab you now and you steal my car, technically you're trying to save yourself,
Right.
right? Anyways, this fucker goes to the ER, man, and they're patching him up.
The question, I'm like,
They're trying to patch him up. Yeah, this fucker goes. It happened at work. Right, I got a work injury. The ER doctor walks in and goes, "That's a stab wound," and walks out. And was like, "That's a stab wound." So then they had to call the cops. So when the cops get there, this fucker's got warrants. So he left before they finished stitching him up. We pick him up in front of the ER. He's like, "I'm ready to go." Like, "You're not, dude. You're still fucking oozing blood, man."
What kind of warrants did he have?
Maybe don't sell that.
Bro, if they're traffic warrants, bro, you'll be okay.
No, maybe a little bit more.
Hey, you know what?
Okay.
Fuck it. You know what?
State
No,
warrants?
no.
yeah. You don't have to say all that.
Counsel advises that you do
Right.
not disclose this information.
Yes. Listen to her.
And
Please.
then
We need to have a Cam on our pod, dude. Because I feel like I've said a lot of shit.
I think what we need to do is have Cam just like be our our legal advisor and just say you maybe don't want to say that.
Like just
Yeah,
do the
yeah,
kill
exactly.
sign
Just
every
be in
time
the
they're
back.
going.
Right, just be in the back, just like okay, get it.
You know what
That's
we
enough.
what we also talked about though was, and it's not like a bragging, like keep it real. We're bragging, right? Our podcast is different because a lawyer and a fucking ex homeboy that get along and blah blah. Right, we talk about shit, but it's also gonna be real. My homie, I'll tell you, he's gonna do 25 years, man, for his fourth DWI.
Damn.
You know,
But
what I'm
that's
saying?
a lot
we
of
talk about shit
DWIs,
that,
bro.
man.
Goddamn.
Well, what? A quick synopsis. You like that synopsis?
Highway
I don't even know what that
synopsis.
means.
This is why our podcast, I think we're getting there. We're going to get to the layers of this shit, man, because
Right.
my homie that's doing 25, he didn't get 25 years because of 4th DWI, because he had 2 assaults on a police officer, which, by the way, were not his fault. I'm not defending this cat. I'm not defending his actions. But quick synopsis, man. He was at his house. Cops show up. Cops were chasing his homie. His homie runs through his apartment. The door was open. 3 a.m. My homie's asleep. He wakes up. What the fuck? Someone just ran through here. Someone's coming through the door and he punches him. It was a cop. Cop didn't announce himself. Right? So technically, was it justified? I mean, he didn't fucking know.
Right.
That was the first one. So the second time they pulled him over, oh, you have an assault on a police officer. We're going to rough you up. They fucked him up, man. And my homie, this is type of shit we try to get into, man. So you got to see the other side of it, right?
Right.
This cat was getting pulled over. He knew he was going to get arrested. So he tells the cop, let me just call my girlfriend real quick to come pick up the truck. Hold on. So he's telling the cop, hold on. The cop looks him up and goes, oh shit. No, we're going to rough you up. Anyways, they fucked him up, man. And 10 years after the fact, a cop pulls my homie over and he goes, you're blah, blah, blah from, I almost said the street.
From
this
10
street.
years ago.
And then my friend says, yeah, why? He goes, I was the cop that pulled you over. He goes, I was a rookie at the time. He goes, I was not comfortable in how they fucked you up. I shouldn't have let that happen, but I was a rookie. I didn't know what to do. He apologized to my homie.
Right.
You know my homie did, man? Cholo ass gangster tattoo motherfucker. You know what he told the cop? When the cop says, I'm sorry that we fucked you up. You know what he told him?
Punched him.
Nah, he said, it's cool, man. It's cool. He forgave him, man.
Yeah, dude.
Here's the kicker, though. The cop says, did you receive the video? My homie's like,
What?
What video? He goes, the video was fucking you up. He says, they would show it through the department and they would laugh like, oh, look at this fucking dork. You mean handcuffed and shit getting his ass beat? Yeah, man. So the cop held that guilt in for 10 fucking years, man.
Yeah, he knows it's wrong.
Yeah.
So they show other cops that video. So it's like, this is what you're not supposed to fucking do.
You know what I'm saying? Hey,
You would hope that that's
Right,
the
well,
outcome of all
Otherwise,
of
they're
that.
like, what? Otherwise, why else are they showing their video? They're like, look, we fucked this motherfucker up. Check this out. Like, dude, that's not cool, dude.
No,
is what we do
not
to-
cool. But yeah,
This is,
But what was cool was him going, I still have the disdain for you guys, but I'm not going to continue this shit.
right.
Obviously,
There's no point.
It weighed on you heavy. To imagine someone fucked you up when you can't do nothing, and then they apologize. You go,
Right.
I forgive you. Yeah,
Right.
man.
So
You learn
one
a
of-
lesson from that.
one of the episodes that we actually did was it was a 2-episode series on interactions with police officers, because obviously Iggy's had several, as have his friends,
Right.
and just talking about what that's like, even like the distinctions between when different people interact with police officers. And one of the things that we really talked about is that, there's this, we are not at all blaming police officers for doing their jobs. That's not what we're here to do, but there's enough of them out there who are not doing their jobs that we want to talk about that as well.
Right.
Yeah, fucking name.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, because like,
I've met some asshole plumbers. I mean,
Right.
every fucking plumber's an
Exactly.
asshole.
yeah, I mean, there's always the good and the bad fish and like everything. But I mean, you've seen with like some of the things that have happened nationally, where certain cops are like placed in these positions where like they do something bad and like maybe they didn't mean to, like when they with the George Floyd case, right? How many officers got charged in that? Like I think it was like four or five. And like to me, I'm like there was only like one or two that were like probably like the ones that they knew what they were fucking doing. And the other guys were just there like sitting on his legs or like they were just there backing them up. They didn't realize all the shit they were going to fucking get into because
not just that, but then away. Like you have situations like how this guy was a rookie when this was happening, you know, like you as a rookie, it's like,
right. What do you think?
If a senior officer is doing something,
right?
Then
yeah. And you're just like, okay, this is how we do it, I guess. But then at the same time, it doesn't feel right to him to a point where like he apologizes to him 10 years later after when he pulls him over. You know, it's the thing that like there's people that they all know when they're doing wrong. And there's those ones that like at the same time, they know they're doing wrong and they're doing it on purpose.
And there's a way, in a way you might be able to say is because mob mentality is a real thing, man. If a group of people are doing some fucked up shit,
right, you
might have a propensity to do it. Right. So, or even the thin blue line, like, you can't go against the badge. If you're doing something fucked up, call them out, man.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing the only way I see shit changing, right? Not snitch everyone out for everything. But if you have your neck on the motherfucker's neck when he's already subdued.
Knee on neck, yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Bro.
What did I say?
You neck on neck, that's different.
Yeah.
That's a romantic situation. I mean, just
neck on neck.
Neck on knee.
But for one of them to go, hey, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
But then you can't say that. No, man, that's what is gonna change.
Yeah, dude, that shit's
wild,
man.
Not my dad. My dad was a cop and my dad was a dick. Hey, fuck him. But I've met some cool cops.
And exactly, that's actually something we do talk about on the episode as well, is like some really good interactions with police officers and like the great things that they do as well. So we don't just like bag on them.
Right.
No, man. Of course. When I was in alternative school, dude, I had boxing class and my boxing instructor was still alive. This fucker had cancer in 99 and he's still fucking alive. They told me you got like 1 year. Fucking Irish dude, man.
Fucking kicking cancer's ass.
Fucking Iggy lost his hair before he did.
Irish retired. I went through chemo for him.
Yeah. I got this.
Did he pay you?
Did he pay you?
This is the California weed, eh? I don't fucking I had luscious hair before I got here.
So I was trying to bring up this fucking picture from Scenics and
oh no,
I can't, for some reason I can't like get it into the Zoom. I think it's because we're already recording and I didn't join the meeting before that because I've been trying from my phone for the last few minutes to hop in the meeting so we can share this picture. But there's a picture and I'll go ahead and post it on our pages. I'll post it on our IG and I'll put it on our Facebook.
On which corner is a good point at it?
It'll be posted somewhere,
right
or
in the
even
middle.
Like
in the middle,
during this during the video. I'll post in post production. I'll put the picture in here. So right now, like if you're watching, as soon as I do that, the picture will be on there in post production.
Oh, dude, look at that, dude. We look good.
Wow.
Anyway, so for the people who don't know, there's a bar called Scenics on the west side.
Great bar.
Great bar.
Awesome.
Great place.
Shout out to Jerry Constantine McHale.
Yeah, everybody goes
and
there.
to Yesenia Vega, the owner.
Everybody goes there on Fridays. They have stand up. Really cool place to go check out some local comedy. So if you guys want to go support the local comedians on a Friday night, don't go to your old fucking dusty bar that you always go to. Come to Scenics, come check out the crowd, come check out the vibes. And there's a picture there.
They've got great food, by the way.
Yeah, dude, their food is actually really fucking good.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that bar is all around legit as fuck. So like on Fridays, go there instead of going anywhere else, guys. But anyways, there's a picture from Kam. And it's hilarious because it's her by herself, surrounded by a group of comedians.
6 comedians, I think.
Yeah, and even Blue's in that picture.
Yes, Blue's in there as well.
The beer guy.
Our boy Ponchi Herrera's in the picture with his shirt unbuttoned.
Yeah.
Like all gangster style. The funniest thing, dude, like the funniest fucking part about this picture is like, not that you guys actually got the picture, because that's funny in itself. But our boy Jordan, who was just on the podcast last episode, this guy's the best at writing fucking captions.
Oh, he is. Like, I was just saying that today, like the best caption writer.
So he writes a caption. Like I said, I'll throw this all on the screen so you guys can see it. For the podcast audio only audience, make sure you guys check out our YouTube. That way you can fucking check this out. But anyways, It says Jordan puts this caption like Kam with all the fucking like underage, like, or not underage, like at-risk kids that she's helped raise through the years.
He said underage.
And what I said was like, I'm totally on Dangerous Minds.
Because it's just a group of them. So, and then Kam's right in the middle. And it's funny because it's people like Misa, Ponchi, our boy Michael Puga, fucking Blues
I think Darius is on there.
Jackson's on there. It's hilarious, man. That shit is hilarious.
Great picture, man.
It's a great picture. And so like that it's cool because like for obviously for Iggy, he's part of that like stand-up community. But for you, Kam, to be like that involved with the comedians where they all know who you are and they all respect you. And like,
I mean, the first time we met her was at the 420 little kickback we had.
Right. And so it was cool because
allegedly.
Well, I mean, it was like a 420 kickback because it happened on 420. Yeah. That was it.
For the record, she was not smoking.
I don't smoke weed. Like I said, I'm weed adjacent.
Nobody here smokes weed. None of us fucking smoke weed. But anyways,
oregano only.
What is cool, what I was getting at is just that like you show all these guys how much you support them. And because like for like ourselves with our podcast, anybody who supports us, we really, really do appreciate that shit. So I know for these comedians, like how much it probably means to them to know that you're there. It like not that you're there all the time, but like when you can be to support them, and that's fucking badass.
Just that, but she becomes a friend, you know.
Yeah, like, she's your friend, and she supports you. Fucking.
She started a podcast with Nico and Iggy, like that's.
Well, and it's really cool to see people like kind of make their way through the entire process from like the beginning, like from their first time on stage until, you know, maybe a year down the road, and like what they kind of go through in their like their learning process is fascinating. And to be a part of that, I think is really like I appreciate that. So
give her a round of applause.
Aww.
So yeah, guys.
Also, if you could find this picture.
Oh,
you can
no.
find a picture of Kim with a shirt that says Choco Fucker on it. If you can find that picture.
It says what?
Okay, it's on our Instagram, which is at The Counselor and the Con.
Okay, I'll pull that up.
there is a picture of me wearing a tank top that says Choco Fucker.
And you know what? You know what's so funny about that shirt? It says Choco Fucker. That's usually a term for groupies for comedians, right? Yeah. But what's so funny about the shirt is that she'll fuck them, but they're not funny. So she's not a Choco Fucker. She's not a Choco Fucker.
Okay. Wow.
Hold on.
Dad, if you're listening, I promise that's not true.
Yeah, hold on.
She's like, they are funny.
They are funny.
Let's not go that far, guys. Okay. So what I want to do real fast before we get into the lighter portion of this podcast, where I'm going to ask you guys some questions and some this or that questions for Iggy. And then for Miss Kam, I'm going to actually do 5 random questions for you. Before we do that, guys, we just want to let you know that me and Misa are actually going to be on their podcast soon.
Yay.
It's going to be a fun episode. Obviously, it's going to be a lot different from what we normally do here on Conversing with Chris and Misa. It's going to be more like based in crime and actually trying to focus on a few subjects. Like me and Misa suck at focusing on one subject. We're all over the fucking place.
So yeah, absolutely. We'll talk about some specific crime issues, and we'll probably play some crime time sports as well.
Right.
And then you're going to hear me say allegedly every 2 words.
Right. And we'll just preface it. We'll just call the episode allegedly.
Right.
Allegedly.
So yeah, so for sure, guys, you guys want to be on the lookout for that. So make sure you guys go follow their podcast, The Counselor and The Con. You can find it anywhere you find fucking podcasts. You guys already know how to open Spotify, Apple Podcasts. I don't need to tell you guys.
Don't make me get the knife again.
Don't make me get the knife again.
No.
Somebody restrain this guy.
Right.
Okay. But yeah. Be on the lookout for that. I'm super excited because honestly, like me and Misa have never been invited to another podcast.
I mean, we've been told, hey, we want you on our thing, and then like their thing whether falls apart, and then we should stop doing it.
Oh, it's like they ask you on a date and then you don't go.
Or we show up and they just leave us in the parking lot. But it'd be cool because like honestly, like one of the things me and Misa are big about is like collaborating. And obviously we want to collaborate with other podcasts.
We want to help everybody doing the same thing.
You know what I mean?
Or even if it's something different, even if it's like,
well, we just want to be part of it because it's like, it's cool because you're all part of the scene, the podcast scene.
We did that with a fucking what those calls.
Doesn't mean I want to be a con.
The dudes with the whips and shit and the leather. What the fuck is called?
That's for a different episode.
Fucking Iggy.
No, we did that with a bondage dudes. Like they had us on their podcast, and we, you know what I mean? Like
That was okay.
They whipped you guys?
Nope.
Okay. I don't know where you
Hard nope and,
I don't know where
and
you were
moving
going with
on.
that. I don't know where you were.
Collaborating with different talents. Say,
Okay.
This chick's
He's
banging.
just a
Look up
different
that
guy
video. I got
when
spanked.
his shirt comes off. That's what I'm saying.
Right? He's now in the tank top and things have gone off the rails.
Cam had to
Kick
give
it
her
in
the Cam had to give Iggy the Okay. So real fast, I just wanted to say look out for that, guys. We'll be
Yes.
on their podcast
We
soon.
can't wait. Yeah.
And it should be a lot of fun. And what we'll do too is we'll actually post that podcast on our YouTube channel. So that way you guys can check that out, and we'll tag their Facebook and Instagram in the description, so you can go help support the people that support us. So let's go ahead and transition here towards the back end of the podcast. Does anybody know what fucking time it is right now? Blue, do you know what time it is?
Oh, it is time for the this or that segment here at Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast hosted by your boy, Chris Marcus.
All right, guys. So this is a special end to the podcast because normally we don't have two guests. We usually have one. So what we decided to do is split this segment in half, and we're going to do 5 random questions with Cam, and we're going to do random categories with Iggy. So who wants to go
You can ask
first?
questions to the lawyer.
I think I should go first.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's privilege.
Okay. Okay. So with that being said, Iggy will actually go first.
There we go.
Okay, Iggy. So the way this works, man, and it's real easy. Nothing crazy. You don't have to be worried about this. These are essentially this or that questions. I'm going to throw them to you real fast. We'll do about 10 of them, but it's meant to be rapid fire. So it's like your first response, your first, like whatever you want to answer, just say that.
We know you're slow, but just go fast. That's what he's trying to say.
Well, I'm just saying, don't give too much thought on these things.
Just say yes or no.
So
Left or right.
are you guys ready? Blue. Are you ready?
Ready.
Misa, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
I'm ready. Iggy?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, let's go. Go ahead and give us some music there. All right. So,
Dating game music. Right on.
Mr. Iggy, road trip or flying?
Road trip.
Hey, Jesus Christ. Okay.
Hey, one time on a road trip, we got pulled over by the cops, and we told them we were going to a comedy show, and they were like, "Oh, really? Tell us some jokes," and they couldn't.
And then they got like 3 tickets.
Sorry.
She was speeding. She got a fucking warning. I've never seen a warning.
If that was you, you would have been in jail, brother. Okay. All right. Breakfast or dinner?
Dinner. I don't do breakfast, man.
Okay.
I'm Mexican. I don't
Sonic or Wendy's?
Fuck.
Ooh.
Oh shit. Wendy's.
Wait,
Triple
hell
meat.
yes.
Triple meat.
Yes, triple meat, triple cheese, triple.
Messi or Ronaldo?
Ronaldinho.
Ronaldinho? Okay, I'll fuck with that. Yeah, that's good.
Podcast.
That's a good one, man. That's chocolate or vanilla?
I'm vanilla all the way, man.
Vanilla all the
Should see his girlfriend.
Not to be racist.
Okay.
I'm vanilla.
Would you rather be able to read minds or be invisible?
Invisible. I don't want to know what you're thinking.
No, dude, that would honestly,
That's a hard one.
bro. Imagine if you knew
I want to watch
everything.
you.
Dude,
You wouldn't want to know.
bro, imagine if you knew everything that everybody was thinking at all the time.
That'd be horrible.
Dude, that'd be terrible, bro.
Be horrible.
Your life would probably fall
Let's all
apart.
just fake it. Just
Okay, when you were young, as a young Hispanic boy growing up, did you rather get hit with the belt or the chancla?
By the way, I was Latinx.
I'm Jewish.
Oh, right. This is not a bitch. I wouldn't get hit by either. My mom would send my brothers to fuck me up.
Right.
That way there was no marks,
no
no
shit.
evidence. Yeah, straight out my mom.
So your brother was your mom's belt.
My mom was a gangster.
We got a few more for you.
My mom was a gangster.
Would you-
She sent her
she was in blood in and blood out too.
Put a mop hit on me, mom.
Okay, I got a few more for you real fast. Mr. Iggy, would you rather be feared by all or loved by all?
Fuck, man. No, not fear. I'm not that guy.
Okay.
Yeah, respected.
Love,
Respected.
okay.
Expected.
You changed the game.
yeah,
It's
we
not
said
this or
love.
that.
Right, I said love, bro. Okay, Beyonce or J-Lo?
J-Lo.
Hey.
Oh wow,
Okay, Sonic or Wendy's?
we did that.
Yeah, we
I already
just
said
did
that.
He said Wendy's, triple
Yes,
cheese,
yes,
triple meat,
yes.
triple.
All right.
just to make sure.
Yeah, we gotta test them. Okay.
Like, what if he answers differently?
Last
Inconsistent
one.
statements.
Would you rather go for vacation to Cancun or Cabo San Lucas?
Neither, brother. I'll get deported.
No, you'll be fine. Everything's
green card.
You're going on the PJ. You're straight.
You know what? I'm not even lying. You think I'm doing jokes?
You gotta go. No way.
What is
Let's
that?
go.
Expired, motherfucker.
Oh shit.
Dude, that's just not even green.
Authenticated.
Hey, my wife's border patrol. So hey, Lena, go ahead and
Come on in.
Bro, that is not you. There is no fucking way that's him. No, dude, look at that. Look at that, dude.
Dude, that's not you at all.
Dude, it looks like Al Qaeda.
Just kidding. All right, cool. So, all right, those were our random fucking this or that categories with our boy, Mr. What's your name again? Iggy. Just kidding. Okay. So yeah, those were just quick random categories that we just have to throw at Iggy's face and see what he spits back at us. So thank you for that. You participated very well. So, Miss
Dun,
Cam,
dun, dun.
Miss Cam.
Okay.
What time is it, Miss Cam?
It is time for this 5 random questions here at Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast hosted by your boy, Chris Marcus!
All right, guys. So
I'm kind of nervous for this.
Don't be nervous. These questions are very easy. We're not going to put you in any crazy situations, but I would say this is the very first time we've done this back to back.
Yeah.
We normally don't have 2 guests, but
one or the other.
you know, we have to accommodate guys. So that's what we're going to do. So anyways,
Appreciate it.
question number 1, Miss Cam, who was your childhood crush?
Oh my gosh, Fred Savage, big time.
Fred Savage?
Yes.
Who's Fred Savage?
I don't know.
From the Wonder Years. God, Fred Savage. Did I just date myself? I think I might have.
Is that the main guy though?
Yeah.
Okay, I know who Fred Savage is.
I remember now.
You remember they had those like posters in the like the girls magazines? Yeah, I had like him all over.
Did
my
you guys
wall.
see they're bringing back that show?
The Wonder Years?
Yeah, like one of the streaming services is like bringing that shit back. But,
Oh.
like it's gonna be all like brand new. But I was like, dude,
Is it
They're
Chris
gonna reboot
Savage
it?
with his kids and shit now? Like,
I have no
It's like
idea.
all the kids he had on the show.
But I-
millennial kids and shit.
yeah, dude, that shit's wild, man. But okay, good answer right there. Okay, so
Great answer.
question number 2.
Okay,
What is the furthest you've been from home and where was it?
let's see. I think the further, well, I have never measured geographically, so this could be imprecise, but I went to school in Austria
Oh,
for a
shit.
summer. I think that maybe and then we went
That's
to
pretty
Prague.
far, yo.
Prague is a little further than that. So yeah.
Okay, so you've
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Ich spreche Deutsch, aber nicht so gut.
Ich weiß nicht.
yo, what the fuck just happened? Yo,
Je ne sais pas.
I asked her if she speaks German. She goes, yes. And I go,
But I said I speak German, but I don't speak it very well.
right. And then Misa chimes in with some French shit.
Je ne sais pas, which means I don't know.
oui, oui.
Okay, so,
Oui, oui, merci beaucoup.
so how was that? So did you do that? Like you were vacationing over there?
It was in school, so I
Summer abroad?
Summer abroad. Yes.
Nice. Hell yeah.
I got pulled over while I was on my bicycle by one of the Austrian police
riding the
officers.
wrong way?
I was riding on the sidewalk.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently they don't allow that.
You got a warning.
I did get a warning.
She got a metal
No, they're
star.
not gonna they're not gonna throw Cam in jail in fucking the Czech Republic. Like that's not gonna happen, or in Austria. That's just not gonna happen. Okay, question number 3. Let me get some music.
In any jail, anywhere, motherfucker. Why people don't get arrested?
I heard they do, but just not me.
Okay, so Miss Cam, if you can only drink 1 beer for the rest of your life, which beer would it be?
Like actual beer, can I count seltzers?
Yeah,
as well?
seltzers.
so
whatever
what we can do
alcohol
is
drink.
say whatever alcohol beverage. You
Yeah.
want.
Oh, if I had to pick one alcohol forever,
Right.
it'd be Tito's and soda. Shout out to
Ooh,
Tito's and
Tito's.
soda? Wow.
What kind of soda? Like Coke or Sprite?
No,
Or club water.
soda.
Okay,
If I wanted Coke or Sprite, I would have
Right.
just said Coke because that means all of the soft.
Okay.
You hear
drinks.
that, Chris?
Yeah, excuse
Get that
my
shit
ignorance.
right.
I didn't know that. Normally, when you say soda
No.
to me, I'm like,
Get
is
it
that
right
cherry
next time.
Coke?
Oh no,
Like-
that's like a northern thing. Like in Texas,
Right.
Coke means all the soft drinks. So
Right.
Yeah,
right.
down here it means like
Or like-
Picasso.
asshole.
Oh, okay. So question number 4. Let me get some more music, Misa. So I have a question for you.
okay, I have an answer. Let's see if they match.
What is the last app that you downloaded on your phone?
Oh, that's a good question. It was probably some travel app, I would assume.
Farmersonly.com.
Farmers Only is on the list. Like I've had that for years.
It's the first one I downloaded.
No, yeah, I think it was probably one of those. Nothing exciting.
Travelocity, Expedia, one of those. Hotels.com.
Hey, what about you,
Be
Iggy?
like Hilton or
What
something
about you,
like
bro?
that.
Me.
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. That's what I was thinking.
You too can see the wife beater in action.
Which one's your last app that you downloaded?
It was OnlyFans.
Oh!
But I was starting OnlyFans when I saw my girlfriend's underwear and bra without her knowing it. So check it out.
Okay,
I
cool.
think she's gonna know now.
We'll drop that in the
Link in the
description,
bio.
guys.
My
Link in the
wife's
bio.
OnlyFans is making a lot of money, but hopefully she don't find
She doesn't know about it.
There's
Okay.
no collabo, man. Collabo, what is that called?
Collateral, no collaboration.
Collaboration, brother.
it. Somebody cut him off, please.
No,
All right,
Give me some of your
last
chicks
question,
underwear. I'll give you
guys.
some of mine. Oh, okay.
I can't take him
Pokemon.
places.
He lost his shirt.
Okay,
Last question here.
He
Let me
lost
get
his shirt during the break.
Have you guys met a cooler lawyer than this motherfucker? You know what I'm saying?
No,
Like,
dude, that's no.
yeah, but like out of the two of us, I'm not the one who took off my top during
Right.
break.
Yeah.
So
Not yet.
That's for the
Can't make only
Patreon.
fancy.
That shit will be put on Patreon. Okay. Last one, guys.
Okay.
So who would win in a fight? A grizzly bear or a gorilla?
ooh, that's a good question, but I think probably the gorilla because of the thumbs. Like they can punch out the eyeballs.
Right.
Nah,
They
but,
can grab.
but they don't know that
That's like
though. At the same time, have you seen a gorilla fight? Like I watch a
I don't
lot
know.
of National Geographic shit, and these guys just like ground and pound kind of shit. You know,
Right.
like if you see like a bear, these motherfuckers grab onto you and they have these claws, bro. Like that's how they took my uncle. Like fuck that guy. But
All right.
anyways,
So who's going with who? I'm going with gorilla.
I'm gonna go with bear, dude.
Iggy, who you got?
Bears got claws, man. They got
Hey,
shanks.
dude,
homie.
yeah,
They got
dude,
shanks.
bro.
They do have shanks. I mean,
So-
prison
And they come
rules
in all
says
colors.
that they win.
They come in all colors, brown and
But
black
what if
and
it's
white.
a tiny little bear? What if it's like a little
No,
bear
we're
cub?
talking
Like-
about full-grown gorilla against full-grown bear.
Okay,
Cam, you got bear, right?
I got no. I
Gorilla.
chose gorilla.
We're
Yeah.
team gorilla. Okay.
And also,
so,
I have to say that like just because most like they're the closest in humans to thought processes,
Right.
then maybe they
No,
could
they are.
outsmart the bear.
That's
Right.
racist.
okay, so
Right?
that's not racist. Okay, so the
That's not
tiebreaker
racist.
is going to come down to Blue here. Blue, you got to say it with your chest. Are you going with the gorilla or the bear?
Yeah.
Hey,
Team
the gorilla.
gorilla.
Triple horn right there, Misa. Triple horn,
Can you
please.
see dick on
No, you know what I think about that?
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
Well, I'll get my gorilla and you get
Pull
your
this thing
bear
out
and
and
we'll
get it.
fucking have them fight each other to the death. How about that?
bring 'em in.
No.
Huh? How about that? And we'll both go to jail for animal cruelty.
Right? I'm not defending that.
All right, guys. So that was our 5 random questions, random categories segment. It went a little bit longer than normal, but it's because we have 2 guests here. So we wanted to give them both the chance to participate.
And we talk a lot.
So now, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to go around the studio here. We're going to give our final thoughts on today's episode before we wrap this up. Let me start with Misa here. Final thoughts on today's episode.
Yes. First, I gotta give a shout out to my wife, baby. Love you. Told you I wasn't partying. Just kidding. But another shout out to Mr. Iggy and Miss Cam. For a while, we've been trying to get you guys, and having you guys here is an honor. It's been fun. We've hung out a few times, Cam. I'm glad that you guys are finally here.
Shout out to your voice. It's very soothing.
Hey, dude.
Thank you for joining my Dangerous Minds classroom. And
Yeah.
I hope to help you on your road.
in a time long.
On your road to recovery.
But anyways, guys, everybody watching, you guys make sure to follow them. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to like. Make sure to stay safe and stay fresh.
All right, Mr. Iggy, final thoughts on today's episode, brother.
Soothing, man. I like that, brother.
Right?
Just
It's
do me a
like
favor, man.
jazz.
Just for you.
Just do me a favor, guys. Do not follow me on Instagram.
At Chile Pelon.
Dude, I put that shit up when I do
Chile
shows,
pelon?
man.
Chile
I'll,
pelon.
I'll pitch
Have you seen?
my-
Have you seen mine?
I'll
It
pitch-
says
I-
"Mi salchicha."
I told you I have OnlyFans, motherfucker. I seen yours. You are Jewish. But dude, because I do jokes in my stand up about my girlfriend, man, being German and always naked. So when I pitch my Instagram, fuckers just find my girlfriend's pictures and then friend her. I get like fucking 2 friend requests and then like 80 for my girlfriend. So do not follow me on Instagram, motherfuckers. Facebook, man, I do Facebook mostly because I'm old and shit. Follow me on Twitter.
Are you still on MySpace?
Follow me on Twitter. I missed that shit. I was too old.
He's
Follow
still
me.
like programming his page and everything.
He's like, I'm on LinkedIn.
Is it handle? Is that what we call the name? The
Yeah,
handle?
your handle.
Yeah, follow me on Twitter just for the handle at funny fucker. Come on, man.
Funny fucker.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
just
All
spell
right,
it
Iggy,
the
but-
worst fucking way possible. That'll be me there. And thank us for having this on, man. This fucking
Oh,
shit.
dude, hell
Fucking
Hey,
Counselor in
there
the
you go.
Con, fucking follow it.
Thank you. Counselor in the Con, for sure. Get into that, guys. That's their podcast. But yeah, thank you, Iggy, for those fine words there at the beginning or at the end. I don't think you ever gave us your thoughts, but those were
No,
good
there
words.
was very little thought involved.
He just thought about it for once. He's like, he's
Okay.
right.
That'll be on the Patreon.
Cam, final thoughts.
All
on
right,
today's
from
podcast.
no thoughts to one thought. Here we go. No, I really appreciate y'all having us on today. It was so much fun, and we really enjoyed being here, hanging out with y'all. I really liked your ending with your questions and your this or that. That was probably my favorite part of the whole show. Not that the rest wasn't great as well, but yes, I don't
Allegedly.
just don't call me for legal advice because I'm not going to give it to you. That's not what I'm here to do.
Right.
I am not
She's
your
here for a good
lawyer.
time.
I am just a lawyer, but we would love to have you follow us as well. We're on Facebook and Twitter at Counselor and Con. We're on Instagram at the Counselor and the Con. And you can send me a kite to Cam at counselorandcon@gmail.com.
Hey, there
That's
you go.
right.
Good.
No dick pics.
No
Jesus
dick pics.
Christ. Yeah, no unsolicited nude photos,
Right.
guys.
Yeah.
Those
For
guys,
It's a
they're on
crime
the
now.
vicinity.
Remember,
For those
leave
ones.
that for OnlyFans, guys.
Yeah.
There's a place for that.
Or Nico Ejminian. You can find him.
Yes.
Or
Oh,
slide
yeah.
into Nico's DMs.
And one more shout out to our producer, Nico
Yes.
Ejemian, for helping
Shout
us
out,
get this
Nico.
together today.
Hey, shout out Nico for
Nico
sure.
for sure.
So, guys, final thoughts on today's episode. Number one, thank you, Blue. This beer's
Yes.
never been so cold. It's never been this cold. I don't know how you fucking do it. This guy finds the
Blue
coldest,
has more followers,
the
more
coldest
fans
ice
than
in
we
El
do.
Paso. The coldest ice by far.
Yeah.
Blue can find it. And in return, you get the coldest beer possible. So thank you, Blue, for that. Misa, thank you for co-hosting
Yes,
once
sir.
again. Another good episode in the books, brother. Miss Cam, thank you for coming on and sharing all your legal experience with us and telling us your story of how you got to where you are and how this podcast became what it is. Mr. Iggy, thank you for always letting us into your personal life and telling us your stories.
We hope you find your shirt.
And hopefully you find your shirt. And
Give it back to me, fucker.
and your comedic humor is fucking great, man. We will be out there to support you as you do your stand up. Thank you guys.
I'll be
Sure.
at CNX next Friday.
Just
Check me out.
don't forget about us.
he won't.
Don't forget about us.
He won't
right?
be there.
He won't be
But
there.
yeah, thank you guys for like coming through, spending your time with us and hanging out with us. It's been a great time. And we want to extend an open invitation to you guys whenever you guys want to come back on the podcast. We can do round 2 for sure. And we look forward to hopping on the podcast with y'all, the Counselor and the Con.
Yes.
Make sure to
We
look out
can't
for
wait.
that. We will be on that podcast here soon. But with all that being said, guys, make sure to follow us on Facebook, like us on Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Apple Podcasts, leave a rating and a review. With all that being said, we are